I did it, everybody. I finally did a call in on an online live stream and did some talking in some real time. Check this out. This was last night. Like I said, been wanting to do this for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or so, and I finally did it. This is my first call in on a live streaming show with some popularity.
Do an objective truth that I possibly can.
Yes.
Even if it's an approximation, that's what I want to get to.
Yes. Absolutely.
I got nothing wrong with that. Truth
And Joshua Dimmers 08 is in the green room now.
Fantastic. Yo, Joshua, welcome, man. You're muted, so you will need to unmute yourself.
Thank you, Discord, for making everything way more complicated.
Yes.
Greetings, Joshua. I like your music.
I think he unmuted himself.
he left.
Back in.
Joshua
Dimmers, what's up, man?
Not much.
Is that the way you say your name? I don't want to.
It's Demers. It's I think it's from German origin.
Yeah. Well, welcome aboard, man.
Yeah, I'm adopted, so my genealogy's a little unknown.
My wife is too. Hey, well, welcome aboard. So, was there anything you wanted to say, Josh?
No, not really. Not really anything tonight. I just getting prepared in case something does come up. I know how to jump in and get on the voice now.
Fantastic.
Well, hold on. That's the, but Joshua, man, did what we talked about, was it a subject that you find interesting?
Well, yeah, of course. I'm definitely into politics and this censorship on social media is outrageous and you know, I'm all about truth, justice, and the American way. I'm definitely an anti-leftist for sure. I wouldn't say I'm an extreme rightist, but you know, I'm definitely a conservative.
You know what? So I'm actually gonna take this to you, and I'm gonna bring back to memes. So what I've tried really fucking hard to do, and I think that Irate and Atima would both agree, is that I'm not looking at things in terms of left and right anymore. I'm looking at things in terms of liberal as what it's supposed to mean versus anti-liberal. And if you actually look at the history, and I think Mansquatch would agree with this, is that American conservatism and like the early American liberal movements, they were all descendants of liberal tradition, of classical liberalism. And this new ideology, which I call critical social justice, is an explicitly anti-liberal idea. And it doesn't matter if that you're somebody that believes in liberalism. Let's say you like ideas. I think Sargon of Akkad is a good example of a person that's like this, that agrees that government should intervene to help people that are in need, that are poor. Government can intervene and have their own healthcare system, and we're going to pay for it. I think that is, like, I have plenty of arguments against people like that. That's not where the argument is right now. It's not even fucking close. We're sitting here arguing about what actual truth is, what objective truth can be. Does objective truth even exist? And the people that say that it doesn't exist, like, that's anti-liberal, and we need to fight against that before we can go. Me and memes can sit there and fight about universal health care all we want, but until we agree that, like, yeah, there's objective measures that we can argue about. So that day comes, there's nothing for us to say. Like, and we really came to the point where we're not there. Like,
It
I just feel
feels like we're literally right before the Boston Massacre.
Yeah, like,
my opinion.
I love talking about shit like economics, but that shit is so big brained right now that like most of where discourse is right now, like it doesn't matter what you talk about economically, most people aren't gonna listen because they're sitting here in these new bubbles that have been created, which is you're either a liberal or an anti-liberal, and we need to get rid of the fucking anti-liberals.
That's exactly what it boils down to is how can you even question the truth? I mean, the definition of truth is in itself honesty, and to even question what truth is kind of shows a symptom of mental illness, really.
Well,
and the government coming in to help the poor people really is anti-evolutionary, if you want me to get right down to brass tacks. You know, there's charity there, but, you know, if you're poor, that means you probably reproduced irresponsibly, and you shouldn't continue to reproduce. You just go away.
Yeah, the reproduction thing aside, Irate, Atima, please correct me if I miss anything from the literature that I've read. But so when it comes to like a classical liberal idea of truth, what we think about is let's say we're both sitting there, we're sitting on our fucking lawn chairs, and we're like, what would happen if you ran full speed and just ran into the fucking tree, right? And we'd come up with these predictions, and then we'd have these ideas, and then we would both observe what happens when we run full speed into a tree, and there would be information that we gather there that we both agree on that is objectively true.
Okay, no, I'd see you've got it all wrong, because I'm not gonna run into a tree. I'm gonna find somebody else to do it for me.
Yes,
why I
look,
like because when I ran up the tree, and one of my friends may or may not have begged for his life, I broke his full chain. I'm a terrible person. Oh, but Josh, can I ask you a question, man?
Sure.
If you were down and out, would you just want people to just kind of like walk over you, or just like not be willing to lend you a hand, just because it's like, would you want people to treat you like that if you were down and out?
Well, being that I'm a victim of child abuse, and again, the only thing keeping me from survivorship is legal access to the correct medication. Seriously, that's it. If I get the right medication, I can fix my subconscious problems, and life would be pretty normal for me. Anyway, what I'm saying is with the whole tree and hitting the tree, it's kind of subjective. It depends on how big the tree is and what you're hitting it with.
yeah.
You know, the trees.
Hold on. The point I was trying to make is if we're sitting there in front of the same tree and everybody's running at the same speed, like at least to some extent, right? We could come up with a prediction of the outcome. And if our prediction is wrong, we can watch that happen.
That's a theory.
And then adjust our prediction.
Right.
That's what I'm talking about. Like with
Scientific
objective
theory,
truth, like there's.
Okay, I stayed off in abstract land for a little while there. Again, my first try. I missed his point in this, unfortunately, and all the complication and excitement. He was talking about reality. If he does this experiment and this happens, then and it happens again and again, then obviously there's a reason why. We can break it down and figure it out if we try hard enough. But there's people out there that just simply don't believe in reality, and that's what I was talking about with the mental illness. Well, anyway, again, not too bad for my first try. I think I need to turn the mic gain up a little bit. Might not hurt to mute the mic in between longer periods so I'm not just popping up there, and I think I heard a click or a pop from my mic every now and then. But all in all, like I said, I'll put my mind to something. Might take a little while, but when I do it, I do a pretty good job. Talk to y'all later.